Robert Downey Jr. just broke the internet with his latest photos. No wrinkles, no tired eyes, not even a hint of slowing down. Is this the same man who lived through Hollywood's wildest scandals? Fans, journalists, even other actors are left stunned. How is Downey reversing time while everyone else is fighting gravity? Rumors swirl about miracle doctors and movie studio tricks, but the truth is far more shocking. Downey's most dramatic transformation didn't start in a lab or a plastic surgeon's office. It started in his kitchen, with 5 foods he absolutely refuses to let near his plate. Most people eat these every single day, never knowing the damage they do. But that's just the beginning. Stick around, because what we reveal about Robert's daily life at the end of this video will change everything you think you know about aging. The 5 foods Robert Downey Jr. refuses to eat. Let's get straight to the headline. Robert Downey Jr. didn't just clean up his diet, he completely rewired the way he approaches food. His philosophy? If it doesn't help him perform, mentally, physically, emotionally, it's out. And over the last decade, that's meant cutting out 5 types of food that most of us still eat almost every day. First up, processed sugar. Once upon a time, Downey had a sweet tooth like anyone else. But years of feeling tired, inflamed, and watching his skin age faster than his mind convinced him to quit. Candy, pastries, sodas, syrups, and even most commercial sauces are off the table. Instead, he gets sweetness from whole fruits, berries, and the occasional square of dark chocolate. He's talked openly about how ditching sugar gave him more stable energy, better focus, and skin that stays smooth and clear. Second, he waved goodbye to red meat. Downey shifted away from steaks and burgers after noticing how heavy, bloated, and tired they made him feel, especially as he passed 50. In interviews, he's explained that he feels lighter, recovers faster, and keeps his cholesterol in check by skipping beef, pork, and lamb. Instead, he favors plant-based proteins or the occasional fish. Third, dairy. Downey credits much of his youthful skin and lack of puffiness to ditching milk, cheese, and creamy sauces. He said that dairy used to cause him sinus congestion, digestive issues, and breakouts, issues that all cleared up once he stopped eating it regularly. These days, if he's craving something creamy, he reaches for nut milks, coconut yogurt, or avocado. Fourth on the list, fried and greasy foods. While he admits to loving fries and fried chicken in his younger years, he's ditched them for good reason. Greasy foods don't just weigh him down, they make his joints ache, trigger sluggishness, and as he jokes, show up on camera before I do. Instead, he bakes, grills, or air fries for crunch without the oil overload. And fifth, artificial additives and junk snacks. Downey's a label reader now. If a food has ingredients he can't pronounce, a rainbow of dyes or preservatives, it doesn't make the cut. He's swapped chips for roasted nuts, popcorn, or homemade kale crisps, and skips packaged desserts for fruit or a piece of homemade banana bread. Downey says he's not on a diet, he's on a mission. Every food choice is about supporting energy, clarity, and longevity, not just filling up or checking a box. Foods Robert Downey Jr. loves and why. Now for the fun part. If you think Downey's plate is boring, think again. He's fallen in love with a vibrant, mostly plant-based diet. After all, you don't get a Hollywood glow from iceberg lettuce and protein shakes alone. Plant-based proteins are at the heart of his meals: lentils, chickpeas, tofu, and tempeh. He's a big fan of hearty bean stews, lentil curries, and veggie stir-fries with tofu. Sometimes he'll have fish, especially wild-caught salmon or sardines, for their omega-3s and brain benefits. These choices help him keep muscle tone and energy high, especially with his busy filming schedule. Leafy greens and colorful vegetables are everywhere on his plate. He'll eat spinach, arugula, kale, bok choy, and loads of broccoli, often in big salads, sautés, or green smoothies. Carrots, bell peppers, beets, and sweet potatoes make meals not just nutritious, but genuinely beautiful. He's also wild about antioxidant-rich fruits: blueberries, strawberries, pomegranate seeds, and acai. These don't just satisfy his sweet tooth, they help reduce inflammation, keep his skin radiant, and speed up recovery from workouts and travel. Whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, farro, and oats are staples, fueling his body with slow-release energy. He often adds pumpkin seeds, hemp seeds, or chia to breakfast bowls for an extra protein and mineral boost. Downey's big on superfoods. He's spoken about using turmeric, ginger, garlic, spirulina, and even adaptogens like ashwagandha. While he doesn't believe in miracle powders, he does enjoy adding them to smoothies or teas for their reputed immune and anti-aging effects. Hydration is a secret weapon. He drinks plenty of water with fresh lemon, enjoys herbal teas, especially ginger and mint, and occasionally sips green tea for an energy lift without the coffee crash. These habits keep his skin bright and help flush out toxins. In his own words, food isn't just fuel, it's information. Every bite is telling my body how to feel, look, and age. Robert Downey Jr.'s exercise and longevity routine. Downey's approach to fitness is as eclectic and creative as his acting. In his 20s, he'd hit the gym to look good for the role. Now, he trains for function, flexibility, and joy. He's a huge fan of yoga, not just for stretching, but for strength, breath, and focus. Downey practices several times a week, sometimes doing fast-paced vinyasa for cardio, other times slow, restorative flows to recover from long days on set. Martial arts have been a constant, even before he became Iron Man. Downey's trained in Wing Chun Kung Fu for over 2 decades, crediting it with keeping his mind sharp and his body coordinated. The practice is as much about meditation and awareness as it is about self-defense. It's helped him stay centered during career ups and downs and gives him a sense of discipline and humility. He loves outdoor sports, hiking in the canyons, paddleboarding, even the occasional surf session. For Downey, being in nature is about grounding himself, resetting his mind, and challenging his body in new ways. Downey also incorporates functional strength training. Think resistance bands, kettlebells, bodyweight moves like push-ups, planks, squats, and lunges. He avoids the grind of heavy bodybuilding routines and focuses on staying injury-free, mobile, and energized. As he puts it, "I want to be able to move like a kid at 60, not just look like I lift weights." Flexibility and joint health are priorities. He spends time each day on foam rolling, dynamic stretching, and mobility drills to keep his hips, shoulders, and back healthy. After all, what good is looking young if you feel stiff and sore? Recovery matters. Downey is disciplined about rest days, sleep, and stress reduction. He uses meditation, breath work, and even occasional acupuncture to balance his nervous system. The role of mindset, resilience, positivity, and play. If there's one thing that truly sets Robert Downey Jr. apart, it's not just his food or fitness, it's his mind. Downey's journey from troubled actor to beloved star is legendary. He credits his second act to an overhaul not just of habits, but of attitude. He's spoken about the importance of resilience, learning to bounce back from setbacks and not let failures define you. Instead of letting age or past mistakes drag him down, he uses them as fuel for growth. Positivity is another anti-aging weapon. Downey brings humor to everything, from interviews to Instagram posts. He laughs at himself, doesn't take life too seriously, and surrounds himself with people who lift him up. He's a huge believer in gratitude, starting each morning with a simple mental list of things he's thankful for, whether it's family, health, or just a beautiful sunrise. This keeps his mood stable and his stress levels low. Downey also champions the power of play and creativity. He paints, makes music, and takes on new hobbies outside of acting. He's always learning, always exploring. Science shows that adults who keep their brains and hands busy with creative work have better brain health and emotional well-being as they age. He's even adopted a digital detox habit. Every evening, he puts away his phone and gadgets, reads or sketches, and disconnects from the world of notifications. This not only helps him sleep better, but also keeps his mind clear and focused. As he says, staying young isn't about pretending you're not getting older. It's about staying curious, staying grateful, and finding reasons to smile every single day. How you can do this and stay ageless like him. The beauty of Downey's routine? Anyone can start right now. You don't need a Hollywood chef or trainer. Start by ditching one of the 5 foods he avoids, maybe processed sugar or fried snacks. Replace it with a colorful salad or a bowl of fresh fruit. Try plant-based proteins a few times a week, or swap out red meat for salmon or lentil soup. Add a daily dose of greens and berries. Toss spinach into your eggs, snack on blueberries, or blend up a smoothie. These little habits have big effects on how you look and feel. Pick up a movement practice that excites you. Maybe it's yoga, a martial art, a walk in nature, or even just dancing in your living room. Mix it up. Make it fun. Spend a few minutes each morning on gratitude. Write down 3 things you're thankful for, no matter how small. Try a digital detox in the evening. Swap your phone for a book or a sketch pad, and let your mind unwind before bed. Remember, the key isn't perfection, it's persistence. Downey didn't change overnight. He built his new life one decision, one meal, one mindset shift at a time. If Robert Downey Jr. can roll back the clock at 60 by changing what's on his plate and in his mind, what's stopping you from trying one of his swaps this week? What's the one food, habit, or routine you know is holding you back from your own ageless chapter? But don't go anywhere. Before we wrap, there's a daily ritual in Downey's life that almost nobody talks about. A habit so simple, yet so powerful it could be the real reason he stayed Hollywood's ageless superhero. Here it is. Every night before bed, Robert Downey Jr. sits down to sketch. Sometimes it's quick doodles, sometimes it's more elaborate, but he's made a habit of letting his mind and hand wander, creating for the pure joy of it. No judgment, no performance. This little ritual isn't just about art, it's about presence, relaxation, and letting the mind decompress after a busy day. He credits this habit not just with better sleep, but with better moods, more creativity, and a sense of lightness that follows him into the next day. In a world obsessed with what you do, Downey reminds us that sometimes it's about how you feel. That's the real anti-aging secret. So, are you ready to try one of Downey's rules? Will you ditch a food, start a gratitude list, try a new movement, or simply sketch before bed? Share your commitment in the comments. Subscribe for more real-life longevity stories. And remember, sometimes staying young is about what you don't do. Your ageless journey starts now.